everyone, welcome back to Beauty and the Broken. My name is Heather and the purpose of this channel is to seek and create beauty wherever we can, and sometimes that is out of a big mess. So I am back with another resin painting today, and I've mixed everything up in advance so that you don't have to sit and wait while I do that. So the first thing I have is my base coat, and I used the white mica, the pearl white mica powder, and then I put a hint of my favorite gold in it. So that's what it looks like. I was originally going to use a black pigment paste for this, but I realized as I was mixing up my colors that they would probably be too light. So I decided to go with the white background, and because remember, if you remember the first one that I did, and I will link that in the cards, but the first one I did was a black background, and I made those like diagonal stripes, and they came in, they looked like boxes. Someone even suggested that they would make really good photo frames, which I thought was a cute idea. Anyway, so with that, the colors were not strong enough to, what do you call it, to stand on their own and just be totally bold. In fact, we lost the orange color completely, and it just, you know, it kind of just faded to black. Anyway, making my 70s, 80s music references. And I'll give you a hint at how old I am. So, okay, I got as much of that out of the container as I am going to get. You'll notice I have a tape dam again, and that is because because I'm using more resin than I need. I want it to thicken up, and then when I pull the tape, roll off the edges. So you can also see that this is not a solid or opaque background, and I'm kind of hoping to see some mixing. It's just, if I just tilt this, it'll move. Let's see, try not to knock over my cups underneath. And let's see, what else can I tell you about the tape dam? So again, the only reason I would use the tape dam is if I'm using extra resin, which I want to roll down the sides when I'm done. If you're using the exact amount of resin that you would need, then you don't need to tape this up. But I'm trying to keep everything on the board until I'm done. Then with the tape down, let's see. This, I made a little tab so it's easy for me to pull it when I am ready to do so. All right, so now I'm gonna turn on the torch here. Always comes on like super high. So just to get some bubbles out, torching will also make it a little more fluid, easier to move. Turn that off, put it out of the way. So what am I working with? Well, you might be able to see I have a little bit of a mess over here. I spilled, but I'm working with 4 colors, and they're close approximations of the colors of my my logo. And I found these mica powders by Pixabay, and I'll have to look them up. But I have the blue, the pink, and the orange, and then I also have a pigment paste by Mazzio. All right, so what did I do? I mixed the pigment paste with that blue mica powder to get this color here. I probably would like a little bit more blue in that, but that's what we're working with there. Then this is the pink mica. which I thought was very pretty. But you can see this is not an opaque color. So therefore, when I go to put it on here, if it was black, it might just sink right in and we wouldn't see very much of the color. And that still may happen with this white. I'm not entirely sure, but I figure I have a better chance. So this is the orange. And then I took the pink and the blue, mixed them together to get a purple. So now, another tip, when you are working with mica powders, please wear a mask. Even though I am outside and I have good ventilation, that's not the only thing that you have to worry about with mica powders. Mica powders are very fine and they get into the air, and if you breathe them in, you will get them in your lungs. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, so we're just gonna get started here. And I liked, out of all the ones that I've done, I liked the one most where I just went diagonal. So that's the game plan today, diagonal. And let's see, I try this every time, but I'm gonna try it again and see if I can just okay. And I do not like those thicker drops, so I'm gonna say that's a no again. So I will fold my, and to avoid some of those bigger drops, you can start off the board and pour off the board. And as you can see, they are, it's not a dark color. But I'm gonna put some up here because I missed up there, and again I got oh well. Let's take this. Let's take the stick. Some of that will fall off when I pull the tape. This one we don't like that big chunk there. All right, and I'm not liking the ziggy zags there. So let's do that. Okay, next color. Let's do the green next, because that has a little pigment paste in it. So that's gonna react a little bit differently. Let's start on the side. That one is a little more opaque because of the pigment paste. A little bit of that green in there. Okay. All right. Now let's go with the pink. You always want to mix it up right before pouring, just in case. Pinch that. It is a pretty color. Definitely a pretty color. And I see some flakes of that gold just popping up, and I really like that too. Okay, now last but not least, the orange. Mix that one up. And this one will start over here. And I am just being kind of willy-nilly about this and just okay. Now I did that. And most of that will go off the edge, but let's just pull it through. Let's take some of these longer ones there and pull those through. Okay, wow, super pretty. But now it's time to go through and add a little more of the other color. So not the other color, add a little more color. Okay, there we go. Feel free to come on out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to call that one done. Go back to the blue-green color, which honestly is mostly green, but that's okay. Well, we don't have anything up in this corner here. There. And doing it this way, we get different thicknesses on some of the lines. Ah, took that one off too soon, because that is going in the wrong direction. There we go. And let's move that one up. And this one. All right. Let's hit it with the pink. Stir that up one more time. Let's start the pink down here. Get a drop of pink up there, and I can. And then just straighten that out a little bit. Most of that will fall off when I pull the tape. And last but not least, a little bit of orange. And I am going to start the orange up here. I know I started the other three colors up, or other two colors up here, but I am liking all of these colors. That's probably why I picked them for my logo, because I love them all together. And remember, you can always, if you don't like a particular line, you can always do what I'm doing and just drag it through. Pretty. All right. So now I am going to, I'm not even going to tilt this, y'all. I like it just the way it is. I am going to move this out of the way and turn the torch on again, because every time I added something and every time I moved something, I created bubbles. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, now the last thing that I want to do is I do want to put some alcohol in here, spray some alcohol on the surface and have it work its magic. Now you'll notice that I did the flame before the alcohol, because you do not want to start a fire. So I'm gonna start, there's the button. Okay. I'm just doing this gently over the surface. I'm gonna come back and do it a little bit lower. Okay. Now this is gonna move a little bit. It's gonna move and shake a little bit, not shake, you know. Anyway, so I will not do it on camera, but I will probably come back once it has thickened up a little bit more and do another round of alcohol so that I can kind of get some more lines that will stay. So, although I'm seeing this right here, and I want to kind of, let's take that all the way up and all the way down this direction. And I kind of like what that did. So it brought the white back up to the top. So let's go do that in a couple places. Maybe one up here. A little heavy on the color down there, so maybe bring in some more of that white, bring it back up to the surface. Okay, so with that, I am going to let it sit for a little while. I'll come back and use some more alcohol in about, let's see, I don't know what time it is, so I don't know how long this the resin has been out. So I'll check that, and yeah, so I will be back for the beauty reveal. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to the beauty reveal. All right, so this was fun, and I love the way that it came out. There we go. And I like it this way. Oh, you can see me in the reflection. I do like the way they came out. I think I would have liked the colors to be brighter, but they are all represented. And you know what? This painting really epitomizes something that I learned about resin when I first got started. Resin cures from the outside in. And if you ever watch somebody doing one of those blooms or, you know, other designs, you'll notice if you watch them, it cures, you know, from the outside. And what you see here in this one is, if you look at the sides, I'll get closer, there's a border, a distinct border. And I was watching it as it was curing. You can see on that side, and then we'll go up this side as well. I was watching it as it was curing, that it really did move. And it's not as dramatic now because, of course, I pulled tape. And when you pull the tape, it takes some of that resin off. So there was about, I'd say about an inch of that, just the white mica powder, like up here. There was about a full inch of it before I pulled tape. But I think it frames it very nicely. And as I said, when I ended the video, the lines were going to move, and they did. I did go through with a skewer, and I did bring some of that, you know, like I did in the video, brought some of the white up again. You can see some more of that white mica powder in here. And where else did I do it? I think I moved it around up in here. And of course, that made some of the other lines more dramatic. And then I also, when I added the alcohol, you can see that textured effect. And I think that looks super, super cool. But you can also see the lines, the colors. And I just think it came out really, really nicely. And then also, you might notice is that it's definitely darker on the edges. If you recall, I said I was planning on putting a black background. So of course I painted it black. And now the black is showing through. So had I painted it white, this would the whole thing would probably be a little brighter, but I do like the black. Happy little accident, right? And now I have a bonus for you because I had a little bit of resin left over from this project and from another one. So from this project, I had a little left and I made a key. Let's try and get that to focus. And to me, it's very obvious which color was the heaviest. I put that green pigment paste in last. And it sank. It sank, so it was the heaviest of the four. And then I have another one. This is from the coffee cups that I did with the purple red purple red dye and, or no, maybe it was alcohol ink and glitter. So you can see a little bit of glitter in there. I had just a little bit of each one left over. So I made another one of these keys with that, and that came out super, super cool. So we have 2 keys, slightly different shapes, and a beautiful resin painting. And please check out my Ko-fi shop. Link is in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos so that other people can find the Beauty in the Broken YouTube channel. And please seek beauty. It is always there if you look for it. Bye.